Okay, hello everybody. This is a quick tutorial on stack takeoffs. Um, Pull up their project like so. There's multiple different takeoffs that you can do. You could do area, that would be for flooring or ceiling, square footages. Linear measurement, you would use that for something like base or crown. Count would be something for light fixtures, anything you're counting. Linear with drop, that could be for plumbing or electrical. You would put in your calibration, and then you would tell it how high or low the drop is. The pitched area for roofs, pitched linear, you could use that on something like a handrail on a staircase. Surface area, that's your walls. Um, Volume, we don't really use these. It's more for pools and things like that. So first thing you would do whenever you open up a set of drawings is scale your drawings, because software doesn't know how big or small anything is. You have to tell it. So you can measure your longest line available. There's multiple ways you can find your scale. A lot of the times, drawings will have the scale listed on it, but these do not. So we know that typically ADA door is 3 feet. But on this project, we have a Matterport tour where we were able to um, pull measurements, and I calibrated using the Matterport tour. We'll get into that on a later video. There's also some other ways you could do it. You could cross check it with Google Earth or a couple other ways. All right, and so that's your calibration. If you would just tell it, say this is 10 feet, you would measure this out from there to there or whatever, and it would go, and all your measurements would follow that same scale. Okay, but our scale is accurate now, so we will keep it the same. Basically, let's say we're painting walls, right? Which I've already got a measurement here for it, but let's start one. Create takeoff. Start measuring. So then you're going to tell it your wall height. So you're dealing with a 10-foot wall, and there we go. So tell it again, 10-foot wall. You could always use a multiplier. Say you're doing one room that's identical to another room, you would do a multiplier of 2, and it'll just basically double whatever you're measuring. So how this works is, once you have your height in, you just zoom on in and start measuring. Well, there you go. You can hit shift, and that snaps the line in place, so it'll only go on certain angles like that. Or you can hit shift again, and then you're able to move it around. I find it a lot of the times it's faster, unless you have some kind of strange angle, just to keep it snapped. And then you go just like so. And then hit enter, lock that in, and then that's it. Then you can start again. Go directly over doorways. Doorways do not stand up on their own. They're typically attached to a wall. Go directly over doorways. And that is how you do a takeoff on a wall. Same thing for linear, just a little easier. Say we want to calculate handrail. It's the linear measurement. And you can kind of see the handrails here in black. Hit enter. And then that's pretty much how you do your linears. Let's do an area. Say you're installing carpet tile. Area measurement. going to kind of give you a box this time, and then hit enter. That's your area. Now say you want to cut out this piece here, just have the runner around the edge of the carpet. You go edit, select single, click it, and go cut out. You can cut any shape you'd like, or if you want to be faster, you could cut a square or rectangle. Hit enter, and that'll cut it out. Finish, and there you go. You've got your carpet there. All right. If you go in through and you make a mistake on a takeoff, you can just simply click it, hit delete, and it goes away. Okay. Let's see. Counts. Those are the easiest ones. You don't even have to have the plan scaled. Lights. Create the takeoff. Start measuring. And this one's not really showing there's some exterior lights. Yeah, 1, 2. And that'll get your light count, or counting whatever you happen to be counting. Okay, so this project, I've did a lot of work on it, and we've got tons of takeoffs. This is a takeoff report that you can run. These are exportable for Excel or any comma separated values file. Different takeoffs that you could run. There's columns you can add or remove, different groupings, and different filters. You can export PDFs or the Excel. The Excels will only show you the data that you have filtered out or added in. The CSV, that'll go ahead whenever you export it, will give you all the data, everything. Now, estimate reports are here. Now that's basically just how you sort. You put in your estimate, and you can put it in a CSV, and then you would upload it into CoConstruct, so that you can have your pricing in there. But let's we'll get into that at a different time. Estimates. Okay, so as you can see, we have a few different estimates here. The client wanted it broken up a few different ways, and then at the end of it, we just ended up submitting all of it together. So let's have a look at this one. Okay, now, so you see this exclamation point near the box. This is basically telling you that there is a takeoff in the drawings that has not been accounted for in the estimate. So it's either because it doesn't have an item or assembly attached to it, or because it's the assembly or the item is not put together properly. Now, you can see a lot of these are all legitimate, like these are the ones we added here, the remove and replace exit signs. I'm not certain why those are not in. You click it and it will take you back to the estimate, back to the drawings, the takeoffs, and you could add your item and assembly there. It's very, very slow because of the amount of takeoffs. There we go. Okay, so we will be installing a sign and we will be removing a sign. And and it's material. So you have your material, you have your removal, and you have your installation. You add all three. And we already have the count, so we don't need to measure anything else. We go back into estimates. Okay. So as you see at the top here, you have your accounting codes, your name or line item, your quantity, units, waste. You can add waste percentages, the cost, markup, and selling price. Um, all your labor items are grouped here at the toward the top. Material is lower. As you can see, our units and materials are actually how we buy them. Um, this here is basically, that's your estimate report. You have to punch in the square foot, total square foot. It'll tell you your price per square foot and your profit. Kind of gives you a quick breakdown, a nice little dashboard. It's pretty helpful. You can edit your proposal here, your scope of work, and your terms and conditions. A lot of this is canned, standard verbiage. With your terms and conditions, we do add in, certain inclusions, exclusions for each project, customized to each project. You can add in your logo, which all you have to do that is everything's already been preloaded. So you just click here, Lane app, save and close, and that's it. This is who the client, specify who the client is. Back to worksheet. There's also different ways that you can edit and sort your estimate without actually having to go back into the takeoffs and edit your takeoffs. Click here. So right now we're just have certain things that he wanted added in and certain things he did not. Like I said, he wanted to split up the estimate in certain different ways. So we just kind of chose here which ones he wanted. The things that he didn't want were not added and are left out of the estimate. Download the proposal here. Different options, different ways of, different information that you can send him. Typically, what I do is I have include the signature line, nothing else, and then line item details and the quantity. Download the proposal. Very extremely slow. Out some of these tabs. Okay, well maybe this one wasn't the best project to start with. Like I said, it's very slow just because of the size and quantity of takeoffs attached to it. So this is how you export the estimate to send to the client. This is not how you would export the estimate if you wanted to upload it into CoConstruct. Like I said earlier, you would do that with reports, and you would go into estimate report, not takeoff report, and you would export it that way as a CSV file or Excel. Getting into your items and assemblies. Items are basically line items. Assemblies are groups of items, and those items and assemblies are then attached into a takeoff, and then the estimate builds itself while you're doing the takeoffs. So here, for example, let's see, let's do Sherwin-Williams paints. These are all material items. This is the actual spec with the information, the numbers, coverage rate, price. Then you would have paint, labor,
Oh, yeah.
all right, walls and ceilings, labor. We have one price for up to 10 foot, and then we have another price for over 10 foot. Now, remember, these prices in our items, this is our budgetary price. This does not include our markup. That's done later in the estimates tab. So we have our paint labor, we have our paint itself, our material. So we would go into assemblies. Okay, prime paint wall or ceiling, same price. So you have here your required item. Required item is a Sherwin-Williams Promar 200 VOC. You have here our paint walls, ceilings, up to. Now this is an item group, so that means that you could, inside of the estimate, whenever you add this assembly, you would have the choice to choose above 10 feet or under 10 feet. And it looks like the primer is not in this required item. It should be. So let's add that in. Okay. Sherwin-Williams multi-purpose primer. Add that in. And that is now in your assembly. You save that. And then you're done. So whenever you associate this assembly with a takeoff, these two will be in the takeoff. And then you will have the choice for labor, choosing above 10 feet or below. Now, let's go back into the project. And you'll see this tab here that says library. Now, this is a takeoff library that we've been working on. It has pre-built takeoffs with items and assemblies already added in them. We have some of the basic ones like paint walls, one we were just working on. And as you can see, some with different options: texture, um, base, corner guard. So all of these already have your items and assemblies, and this list will be growing. That's next on the pre-con team's list of things to do. One great thing about Stack is that you can actually search the plans for different words. So this is life safety. And as you can see, it highlights light safety. It shows you how many instances shows up on each page. So four instances of life safety on here, and then 8 instances of life safety written down there. So that's a very powerful feature that you can use, especially if you're trying to get quantity and counts on lighting fixtures or different things like that. This here will filter out results. Whenever you search life safety, it will only pull up the pages that's showing that has an instance of the words life safety. So that will remove all the pages from view that word is not used in. Go back, you just exit search, and it shows you the rest of the pages. Here's a very cool feature that we like to put on our message boards in Elco, project sharing. This will allow you to create a link that others can click, and they can view your takeoffs and view your takeoff reports. This is another really cool feature that the labor procurement team uses. Takeoff invitation. You can put this link into the bid package on Elco, and the subcontractor can click it and do his own takeoffs for free. Let's go back to the home page. To create a new project in Stack, simply click New Project. You would set your bid due date here. So you set the time. Different notes that you may want to write down. You can add the assignee who's going to be responsible for doing these takeoffs. Set the bid status, bidding. Set the address here. And create and launch it. And as you go through and win or lose or submit, each one of these has a different color representation on your project list. Okay, everyone. Well, thank you, and hopefully this was helpful. If you have any other questions, you can log on to YouTube and pull up Stack Academy, and they have hundreds of videos there that get really, really deep into Stack and everything that it can do. I encourage you to use that, and thank you.